everyone, and happy Monday morning, still morning, on this beautiful May 20th, 2024. So, a little fun recap. My husband and I watched like the Terminator series, but we only got through three, and I was like, they just go downhill from here. I think there was three more. So, we didn't watch any other ones, but it was for those of you that know, there's like they come back from the future. The future was 2029. So it was LA in 2029. There's like machines running everything and robots. And I was like, I don't know, Robert. With AI, we're getting pretty close to that, already. So it was just kind of interesting because when you watch a movie in 1985 and it shows it in 2029, you're like, whoa, that's so far away. I can't even imagine what that would look like. That'd be talking about like 2042 now, right? And it was just kind of funny because I was like, well, that's 5 years from now. So fun stuff that we get to do over the weekend. Rebecca and I were talking about resting, rejuvenating, and that's the things you have to do over the weekend, whether you're connecting with your faith, connecting with your family. Please make sure you do that. I know business is important, but so is downtime. And today we're going to be talking about how important it is to choose the right professional for you that fits you well. Why? Because it's just as important as saving money. And Rebecca Maines is the owner of Artea Tax Group, and she's here to really help us understand why do you need to ask the right questions. And I'm always interviewing people and interviewing services to work with us in our business. And I think that's number one thing. You've got to ask questions to understand that they're the right fit. So what would some of those questions be, Rebecca? Did you want to share with us a little bit about Artea Tax Group, how you're different than other groups out there, and really why you think interviewing is so important?
Interviewing is important in any sort of capacity. Think about when you hire your first employee, you want somebody who is going to fit well in your brand, who's going to fit well in the role that you're needing them for. So the same goes for when you're interviewing for a professional to help you with something like your tax return. Unfortunately, this industry has become so commoditized lately because everybody needs a tax professional, and we don't exactly have people lining up to become somebody like me. Let's be honest here. It's not necessarily an ideal profession. So your options
it's like
are
going to the gynecologist, Rebecca. None of us really want to go to the gynecologist, but we know we have to. None of us really want to file our taxes and deal with tax strategies, but we know we have to, right? So
absolutely.
To me, it's like that. It's got to be done. So why not pick the doctor you feel the most comfortable with, the one that you feel is going to be the best fit for you, right? Because it's already an uncomfortable thing. To me, taxes are a very uncomfortable thing because I don't know all the strategies. So working with someone is super important.
Exactly. And the unfortunate side too is up to now, there hasn't been a whole lot of general teaching in the industry. So I can take your information, I can do your tax return, here you go, bye-bye. That's not the best way to go about it anymore with all of the information that we have at our fingertips, our computers in our pockets. This day and age, you can't always rely on Google, especially with something like this. So you want to make sure you have somebody in your corner who is going to say, hey, yeah, that's a correct thing that you found on Google, but in your situation, it's not. So that comes with the specialized training. So it's the same. It's important. And I just want to stress that because it's especially niche wise. So you're a coach, Colleen. I work with coaches. I would be able to work with you and make sure that your taxes are doing what they need to be doing so that you're saving money, so that you're not paying as much out to the government. That's a niche of mine, as is construction and retail and e-commerce. Those are my preferred customers because I've worked with that type of customer the most. There are people out there who are real estate people and tax professionals who specialize in real estate. So you have to find somebody who knows the ins and outs of your industry. Otherwise, you're just going to be another number on a page.
Yeah. Yeah, I always ask the question, do you work with individuals and do you work with individuals that aren't on W-2s, but they own their own businesses and they're looking for tax strategies to minimize their tax bill, right? As well as investments. And do you also look at the strategy piece? Because there's some people out there, Rebecca, all they're doing is filing your taxes. And then you'll talk to some people where they say, yeah, we'll file your taxes, but that's not really our main focus. Our main focus is the strategy piece. So, what is Artea Tax Group's main focus in how you support an individual?
100% strategy. A lot of times, I'll get solopreneurs through my door who are just saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I need some help. And I honestly, that's my favorite type of client to walk through my door because I get to say, okay, great, let's sit down, let's talk about it. And I supply them with vital information so that they are not getting into trouble with the IRS or their state or anything of that nature. Just say, hey, 3 or 4 simple things. Keep your receipt, track your expenses, and don't go using personal money. Those are gonna be the building blocks to a larger business. And you don't want someone who's just going to be filing your taxes. You want someone who's going to stick with you as you grow, as you get bigger, as you take on new clientele and can grow with you. What I find again is that a lot of the larger corporation firms are quantity over quality. I prefer to be quality over quantity. I've been having to turn some people away because it's too much for me to handle on my own. I can't focus on the people that I already have.
Right.
And it's really important to be able to sit down, say I'm doing some books for a client and I notice, wow, okay, they're doing really well. Their income is doubled from last year. I should probably give them a call and say, hey, we need to talk about this. And they feel supported because I'm not just some person behind a screen. I'm somebody who's looking at it and saying, hey, we're going to need some interference here to mitigate those taxes.
Yeah.
And that's how most of my clients describe working with me is I keep an eye out for them because their expertise isn't in this. It's in whatever they're doing,
Right. Right.
So
Beautiful. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I love it that you say you pay attention to that so that you can reach out to them and there can be a strategy behind their planning. And that's what it all is. It's planning. So I guess we should just ask the question to those watching the video right now, are you tax planning? Are you planning for the increase in your businesses, for profit, for are there some investments that you think that you need to have in your business, but you're not sure exactly what year you should do those investments in? I mean, there's a lot of questions that many of us have that aren't enrolled agents, that don't understand tax law. And we need the assistance of a professional, but not just any professional, the one that we feel we can trust. So tell us a little bit about Artea Tax Group. What services do you offer for people that are looking to work with you?
So I offer a wide variety. Bookkeeping is a big one. We do just your general month-to-month bookkeeping, keeping your expenses and your income categorized and taken care of, and making sure we don't have any money missing anywhere. We also take care of your tax returns at the end of the year, of course. So when April comes around and you need your tax return filed, I kind of like to think of myself as a one-stop shop. I can help you with pretty much everything. Excuse me. And so end of the year tax returns, and then tax planning. So this is my favorite thing to do because then we get to dive into your books. We get to dive into what your long-term goals are, and we get to set up a plan to cater to that. Do you want to travel all over the world? Great. Let's cater to that. Let's set up your strategy so that we can make it as deductible through your business as possible. And people don't realize it, and I'm probably going to get a little bit of, hey, wait, what? The tax law is written for you. And people don't see it that way because they're like, I'm paying Uncle Sam, I'm paying the IRS. There are laws written to give you deductions, to give you loopholes, to give you your money back. The problem is that people don't realize that's what it's there for. So you have to find someone like me that knows that and can leverage that to your advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know we have some links. I've been showing the Artea Tax Group link. So arteataxgroup.com is a good place to start. You also have your link tree, Rebecca. What would we find on here? What are some benefits of them going to your link tree link?
So Linktree, you get to my phone number, so you can give me a call. I'm in Washington, so I'm on Pacific Standard Time. You can call me anytime between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. You can also find my Calendly link in there if you wanted to book a free consultation with me, then we can look at that. And then I just added a new one in there, and I can't remember what the heck it was. Just another link for our website. Just an easy one place to get all of the information. But the other links are also my website and my Calendly as well, just independently.
Okay, wonderful. So I would say if you want to connect with her, book a call, go to her website, use this link tree. It's probably going to be your easiest and fastest way to connect with Rebecca. So Rebecca, tell us one story about a client and how you've been able to help them save money on their tax, because I know you said that you'll go in and you'll always review someone's previous tax returns to see what's glaring, maybe what could have been done differently. Do you have a favorite story that you like to tell?
Yeah, and it's one that's still technically in progress, but I had a client that I worked with prior to my business opening last year, and she reached out to me and said, hey, I miss you. I want to work with you again. What can we do about that? And so we started working together. In that gap of time, there was about a year since I had worked with her. So she had her taxes filed by another professional. And she owed probably, if I'm remembering right, like 18 or 19,000.
Okay.
And she was like, this can't be right. Like, I don't understand. And I went from owing a couple thousand to like this much, and it's crazy. I don't get it. And I was like, you know what? It's okay. Let's take a look at it, make sure nothing's wrong. So we looked at it, nothing was wrong. But that was the opportunity for me to sit down and say, hey, we need to change your entity structure. Sole proprietor isn't working anymore. And at that point, she was like, oh, well, what's that? And then we go through all of that and we explain that and say, this is what we can do. And let's get you a W-2 going through your own business. And, and this year she will owe 2,000 if my estimations are correct. So we went from 18 to 20 to 2,000. And, she says, well, I can handle 2,000. I can't handle 20. So, and that's on a small scale.
It just comes down to the strategy, right? And that's really what your goal is. And what your point of doing this is. There's so many business owners out there. That's not what they do best. What they do best is their business. What you do best is help them on the back end strategize to make sure that they're utilizing the money that they're earning correctly. So it minimizes that risk. It minimizes their payables that they have that's due to the government and other people. So I love that so much about Artea Tax, and I'm so thankful. I know you have so many years of experience, but you've just launched your own business last year and have been very successful in that because of the commitment that you have to your clients and because of the relationships you build with them. It just goes to show with what you shared with your client. She was working with you, went with someone else and said, forget this. I'm going back to Rebecca. She's the one I need to be with. So that is so important. You've got to choose a professional that fits you, that's honest, that's doing the right work for you. So Rebecca, thank you so much for being here today. And again, make sure you use her link tree, or you can go to arteataxgroup.com. From there, you can book a call with Rebecca and her team, and someone will get back with you right away. But don't wait until tax time. Start the strategy. Now's the time to start the strategy to look at the entire year on what you need to do before it's time to file taxes again next year.
And side note, tax planning is not paying your estimated taxes. That's a minimum requirement. So, book a call. Let's see what we can do to get that down for you.
Ooh, I love that. That's a really good differentiation. Thanks for letting us know. All right, Rebecca Maines with Artea Tax Group. Thank you for allowing me to spotlight you and your company today. It was my pleasure. And to all of you, have an amazing rest of your week and an early happy Memorial Day to all of you, because you'll probably be going out of town this weekend. So safe travels to everyone. Have a wonderful weekend and a great week, and we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye for now.
Bye.